How to get more comfortable on the ball in soccer. That's what we're going over coming up next. Want to win a jersey of your favorite Ligue 1 player? Of course you do. Well, OneFootball has teamed up with Ligue 1 to give you that opportunity. In order to have a chance to win, all you have to do is go down to the description, fill out the competition form, make sure you have OneFootball downloaded, which you can do now if you don't already, and then just predict who you think is going to win Ligue 1. Right now, it's a very tight race at the top, and there are many teams that can win it, so predict who you think is going to win while filling out that form, and also make sure you have the OneFootball app downloaded, and you are entered for a chance to win your favorite player's jersey. Let's get into the rest of the video. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Dave, and this is Simplysoccer, where we're helping you improve your game and stand out on the pitch. Before we get started, if you haven't already, get my free ebook Game Changer, which is going to help you do that. Again, it's an absolutely free 50-plus page ebook. It is in the description below. Today, we're going over how to get more comfortable on the ball in soccer, and this is actually fairly simple, but I'm going to give you 3 things you can do and think about that are going to help you in this regard. So let's go, starting in reverse order with number 3. Let's get the most obvious one out of the way, and that is confidence through repetition. If you're not comfortable on the ball because you just don't have the skill yet to be comfortable on the ball, well, then it's the first place you need to go look at. You need to be practicing, your ball control, being able to pass and move and be comfortable on the ball. Your dribbling as well is going to be very, very important. And there's so many different game-like drills you can do either by yourself with a wall and a ball, or even just some cones with dribbling, and with partners as well. Make sure you're doing these drills very, very often. They're not hard to find. You can find some on this channel, other channels. You can see pros doing it. Not hard to find these drills, but make sure you're doing them very, very often. Some things to think about is you want to make sure you're doing these drills at game pace, or as close to game pace as you can do them. You want to be pushing your comfort zone when doing these drills, trying to get better and better and better at them, and do them to the best of your ability, because the more you do it that way, the more quickly you're going to get better at them, and the more you're going to bring those training habits into your matches. But the more you do these drills with getting comfortable with the ball at your feet, the dribbling, the passing, the controlling, the shielding, all of that stuff, the better you're going to be, the more comfortable you're going to be in actual matches with the ball at your feet. Now, once you start getting good at that, and actually before you've even got good at that, you want to start thinking about awareness and practicing awareness, because you are going to be nervous by default if you don't know what's going on around you, even if you're really good with the ball at your feet. For example, with myself, I'm pretty good with the ball at my feet, but if I've forgotten to look up, if I don't know where people are, sometimes I get nervous and make stupid little mistakes because I get up in my own head. And so you want to practice scanning the field before you get the ball, when you have the ball, and make sure you know what's available to you. So where are your teammates, where are your opponents, and where is the space? And you also have to learn how to anticipate how each of those components are going to move. Now, this is going to come down to practice. This is going to come down to being in game situations often, but it is absolutely necessary, because again, even if you've built up the skill of you're able to dribble well, you're able to control the ball well, you can pass and move, and you're pretty comfortable with the skill of having the ball at your feet in many different scenarios, well, as soon as you don't know where someone is, like, is there an opponent on my back or not? Is there someone closing me down? Do I have space or do I not? Where is the space? Where are my teammates so I can play quick? If you don't know these things before you get the ball, then when you get it, you're going to make probably a poor decision, or not as good of a decision, or get nervous and make a silly mistake. So start incorporating awareness into your drills that encourage you to look up, to be aware, to be focused on also what's going on around you, other than just having your head down the whole time, because you're going to need that skill if you want to be comfortable on the ball. We need to make sure we're not getting nervous, because when you get nervous, when you're unsure, that's when you really allow for mistakes to come in. And even again, if you have the skills, you will feel uncomfortable on the ball. Now, number 1 is so crucial and a more advanced skill, I would say, but it will start to be developed as you work on this, and it's something to think about. And it's at the end of the day, you have to trust yourself and also learn how to react. So even if you know where your teammates are, where the opponents are, and where the space is, as soon as you get the ball, take your touch, or do whatever, the field's gonna react. The position of the opponents, they might come in, they might back off, one might come in, one might back off, your teammates might be moving around, they might take up different positions, the space is gonna shift, and you have to learn and be comfortable with reacting and being able to use your ability to effectively operate in whatever situation appears. For example, if you turn with the ball and an opponent immediately closes you down, you have to trust yourself and be comfortable to know what to do in that situation. You can't think your way through it. You have to react by either being able to take him on, bring the ball back and shield it, pass it off, or whatever else it is. And that comes from trust. When you have the ability, when you have the experience as well of these situations, then it comes down to confidence and knowing that you can trust yourself in these situations. You look at players like Phil Foden, you look at players like David Silva, you look at players like even Coutinho in his prime, they were able to operate in these tight spaces, not because they always knew exactly what was gonna happen, but they knew that they could handle it no matter what did happen. And you need to have that level of faith and the ability to be able to deal with whatever pops up. You cannot know everything that's gonna happen. You can give yourself the best chance of doing that by, again, awareness, and you wanna do that to give yourself that edge of what you're gonna do immediately when you receive the ball. But after you do that first thing, things might change, things might pop up, some things will shift, and you need to trust yourself to be able to react and make the right decision in those moments. All right, so that's how to get more comfortable in the ball in soccer. Just a very, very simple video for you. But if you apply each of these 3 things in your training and you start thinking about these things and deliberately going towards them, you will absolutely find that you're more comfortable on the ball. Of course, this won't just happen magically. This won't happen in a short amount of time. These are things you work your way up to, but this is the general idea of how you're gonna get to that point. Remember, the most important thing is you're actually getting out there and working on it. So don't think you can just watch a video and magically get better at this, but that's a good template to move forward with as you're training. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, and I will see you in the next one.